Hey Aries, how's it going everybody? Welcome to Blue Mountains Tarot. Let's do your reading for the first half of September, 1st to 15th. Gonna do love and relationships for you guys. It's gonna be a general read, so keep that in mind. Let's see what messages come through for the sign of Aries. Love and relationships, please. One more shuffle. All right, guys, let's get started. Messages for Aries. Heartbreak here, guys. 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords. Feeling like somebody was intentionally, you may feel like somebody intentionally tried to break your heart. Somebody was very difficult maybe to deal with, and they were very like winning at all costs here. Not playing very nice. Now you've got the 10 of Cups. It's almost like you're the Magician. I hear like, didn't we have it all? Didn't we almost have it all? It's like you had everything here, the 10 of Cups, the Magician. You had what it takes to make a happy relationship. Could have been a very abrupt or a very, like a lot of fighting and then like an abrupt ending here, okay? Because you've got the 10 of Cups and the Magician, and it's almost like you feel, could have been like somebody here that you were with maybe was a bit of a manipulator, and that they always won the battle with this 5 of Swords. They always never took your feelings into consideration. Very, maybe selfish. Someone could have stepped outside of your relationship. This 3 of Swords, excuse me, it brings to me like a third person possibly. And it's like how it's like when someone does that, when somebody sort of maybe steps outside the relationship areas or cheats on it. There's a third individual here possibly for some of you. It's almost like you fought to the bitter end to try to save this connection, this marriage, relationship, whatever this is. And it's like you guys had it going so well, and for some reason it's like this break is hard to mend, it's hard to correct. Let's see here what's going on with you guys. The Lovers, the King of Cups, Gemini energy with the Lovers here. Could be dealing with a Gemini. Why the King of Cups? Seven of Wands. Someone here, Aries, was very emotionally invested. There was definitely someone here who truly did fall in love. The King of Cups, the Lovers. I think you guys sort of had this all together at one point, and for some reason right now there's been this breakup. There's a heartbreak involved. There's a lot of conflict, a lot of fighting. Somebody who did something on a very just winning at all costs in terms of like a battle, but it's like defeated and deceived. Like you can't believe that somebody would do this because they know it's going to hurt you. It's like they knew this would hurt you. And most people, it's why I feel like there could be a third, or there could have been a cheating situation here, because we kind of generally know as a collective that unless it's agreed upon that cheating or going outside of a relationship is going to hurt the other person. But yet someone did this anyways and completely like split up an entire relationship. Possibly some of you may have more of like a marriage involved here with 10 of Cups. And now it's like you've got your guard up, you've got your walls up against this person. You're definitely on the defense. The trust is not there anymore. A lot of emotions here, a lot of love that was given at some point. And Aries, I feel like you're very much in love and connected to this person. The Lovers is here. But this Lovers could have also been a second person on the outside, like somebody else as well. A connection with somebody else who's not necessarily of the same relationship. But there was like a falling in love outside. Ace of Pentacles. Judgment. Sorry guys, one sec. This is like looking back. It's kind of like I feel like some of you are married or engaged. Some of you are in or were in a very serious connection with somebody, or what felt like it was going down that road. And the Judgment is about figuring out how you're going to be able to proceed now, because this bond you have, this connection you have was like very involved, okay, emotionally, but also like your lives were joined together. And there's a big decision here to make. And looking back at the entire picture, looking back at the whole thing, like how did this entire situation completely disrupt? It's like you're kind of thrown back a bit, Aries, and you can't believe maybe that this has occurred, but something here has completely interrupted and disrupted and split up this relationship, this connection. So you have to sort of figure out how you're going to be able to proceed forward. I think your person might be knowing that they did the damage or knowing that they've caused harm, and that's where it's hard, because it's like, didn't they ever think before they acted? And it's like they're probably coming through here with this King of Cups with like tons of apology and tons of emotion, and they're crying at what they did. They're feeling maybe very bad at what they did, but unfortunately you're not really accepting that of yet. You got the Seven of Wands, you're guarded. You're not taking their apology you're not taking it very easily, but I think you're trying to figure out what decision to make, because to you, if it was a cheating situation, or if this is something that was done that was so bad that causes this breakup, it's like, is it something that you can forgive yourself for forgiving them? Like, can you be okay with the decision that you make? Can you take on... Let me get one more here for the Judgment, the Ace of Pentacles. It's like you have too many things together that it's almost difficult to break it off. The Two of Swords, yeah. See, you've got to make a decision here, Aries. It's very hard to make a decision, because what was done in this relationship was pretty damaging, unfortunately. And so it like on paper, it's like a major deal breaker, and you couldn't maybe accept this person back. But because you may have felt blindsided by this, it's like it's hard not to love the person that you fell in love with, and at the same time you're trying to maybe forgive and trying to make a decision as to, okay, well, what do I do, because this is not healthy, or this is not acceptable. But yet we have all of these things together. We might have a home together. 10 of Cups, you kind of built a life together. It was everything that you thought was going to be for you. And the Magician stands out to me in your reading, guys, and the Judgment as well, with like things can be repaired and things can be forgiven so that you guys can move on. But there may have to be some serious like therapy or counseling in this situation. I feel like this is pretty sharp. It was pretty heart piercing. I also feel like the person that you're with is kind of saying, I'll do anything at this point to get you back. Like they will fight for you, or they've said that in the past, but they broke that vow. But it's like they're willing to do anything that they can to be forgiven, to fight for salvaging this relationship. They know they messed up. They're probably a bit of an emotional mess here. The King of Cups, the Lovers, the Five of Swords, like they're a mess with their emotions. But they know they loved you, or that they love you, but they've somehow done something and it could have stepped outside the relationship. And so you've got to make this decision whether or not you want to stay together or break up. This Judgment could be something like literally like a divorce, like whether you stay together or you file a divorce. It's like it's deeper than just a casual relationship maybe, or something that's like a simpler breakup. There's something much more involved here with your connection. God, this feels so serious. Oh my gosh. Okay, Two of Swords. You've got to figure this out, Aries. If there's somehow a way to forgive the situation, it feels like your person, it feels like you guys could repair the damage that was done. You may have a long time coming before you let your guards down or trust this person again. The Justice card, didn't I say legal? Justice with Judgment. Your morals are clashing with your thoughts, or clashing with what you have to make a decision, or clashing with what you've invested in. It's like I said, on paper you would tell anybody else, or if you were watching this in a movie, you'd be like, that's a done deal. That's unacceptable, cut it off. But when we're in it ourselves, it feels like some of you may feel like, I have to go through this divorce, or this is what you're thinking, or you have to go through this separation. I don't know what I'm going to do. I can't make a decision here because it's such a big decision. But once you do, whether you go back, I just feel like you want to keep it together. But at the same time, it's difficult to forgive and accept this person in your life, which may cause like a very awkward setting in the house. It may cause a lot of awkward like feelings. And I also think that your friends or family, other people may not know what has happened. And that's why there's awkwardness here, because it's like you can't necessarily tell other people, but you guys are not getting along right now because of this. So it's pretty involved in the relationship that you guys have, I feel. You've got the Ace of Swords here. So there is a possibility, like I said, there's a new beginning here, but it's of clarity and truth. Somebody's going to have to really like come clean as to why they did what they did. What was their action behind all this? You can't just necessarily aimlessly do something when we know certain things are definitely hurtful to others. So there's something here about the truth, and it will come through. Okay, the truth is going to prevail. And like I said, the Judgment, the Justice, the Ace of Swords, this will come clean and it will settle for you, and you'll be able to move forward whichever direction you go, Aries. But the truth is going to come for you. You need clarity right now. You're completely blindsided. Your mind is boggled. You're bewildered. You can't believe what is happening. It's almost like I think some of you feel like you could be, like it's like dreaming. Like, is this for real? Was this just something in my head, this magician? Like, did you just make this up? And so you've lost a lot of you're completely clouded. Two of Swords into the Ace of Swords. So it's about getting this clarity. It's very interesting because the Moon card, okay? It's very interesting because it could be for some of you a third party, because the Two of Swords plus the Ace is 3, and you've got the Three of Swords here. And it's like you just want to know the truth on this other person, on the second party, third party, whatever. It's like you want to know the truth. Who is this, or why did this happen? What's going on? because they're not going to share that with you. Possibly this person, if this is the case, they could have told you, like, so-and-so called or left you a message that you were cheated on. Like somebody kind of ratted on your person, maybe out of spite. Okay, so some people are having affairs out there, and some people are actually getting so jealous or angry that this person won't come into their life of this affair maybe, and it's like that person goes back to the husband or wife and says like, I'm the mistress or whatever, because they're so upset maybe that this person's not telling them what they're promised. I know that sounds confusing. So the person having an affair, having the affair with the married person, is getting sort of revenge. They're getting nasty. This Five of Swords. It's like, I'm going to show you, like, it's like everyone gets hurt. This is the thing with, if it's cheating, it's like everybody gets hurt or having affairs, because somebody's going to expect somebody to jump fence and move into the next relationship, and it's not going to happen. So if you're the person that's having this affair with a married person, it's not going to happen. People don't move over that easily because they have way too many things connected to their spouse. So your emotions right now, Aries, are completely they're all over the place. And you really just want the truth, because it's like there's illusions here, right? Someone's being played an illusion. And it's probably the person that's had maybe this affair. I feel like there's a third person. It's like you're in an illusion. You're not gonna get this person that's married. Good luck. It's just an affair. It's all it is. But unfortunately, in Aries, I feel like you're the one that's getting hurt. You're the one that could be cheated on. If you have found this, by the way, I'm not suggesting. Make sure that this relates in terms of knowing your facts, okay? Don't assume your spouse is cheating. That's not what I'm saying. So you have to really tap into your intuition, your Aries, with the Moon card. Okay, you've got Piscean energy with that. So really tap into your intuition and really figure out there's illusion going on here, and that's the problem. I think your person might be feeling extremely embarrassed for whatever this is. I feel like it's an affair or cheating, but it could be something equally as harmful, depending on what your conditions are in your relationship. Okay, I'm going to get one more card here, because this Ace of Swords is sort of giving us the truth and clarity is going to come. Justice and the Judgment. You're going to get, everything's going to be able to move forward. There's going to be a lot of things learned here and realized. There's going to be looking back at the entire picture and sort of seeing where you can move on, or if you can move on, okay? But you've got to make a decision at some point, and you're sort of just maybe saying like, we're going to get separated, or we're going to get a divorce and I'm out of here, but you haven't actually signed papers, or you haven't made a solid decision, but you might be speaking those words and feeling that way, but you're not really down to the nitty gritty of this yet. So one last card, please, for guidance for Aries. The Chariot. So like I said, this is the potential that I have sort of also felt. And I do believe in positivity and try to make things better. And the Chariot is a sign of making things better, improving on things, building something back. But it requires somebody's full attention and diligence and effort. They cannot have a wandering eye. Okay, so if your person just in general is never going to lose that wandering eye, if that is something that is always going to happen, then you can't move on from that. The Chariot is also like moving or travel. And like I said, some of you might have been like, I'm out of here. You might have left and gotten your own privacy, your own space, but you haven't fully signed off the deal here or gone through like possibly court, legal, whatever that is. But some of you have sort of like gotten in your car and left. It's like packed your bags and left on this person because you just need the time to think it through. Okay, that was a bit of a heavy reading, not something I anticipated, but that's what comes through sometimes. So what can I tell you? 1 second, guys. My cards are flying everywhere. Jesus, the divine healer. Thank you for your divine healing power and presence, okay? And this is what I was saying, guys, is that there is possibilities and opportunities to forgive and to heal a situation, because some people do make really bad choices and really hurtful, harmful mistakes. But sometimes I feel with this King of Cups that your person is feeling the remorse and the regret and the guilt and the shame and all of that. So because you guys have such a strong connection, there is a possibility that there is a healing in this, and it's divine healing. So maybe it's something you have to sort of, you can't make that solid decision right now. And it's like, you know what? I'm going to leave this to the higher power. I'm going to leave this situation because you may not be able to handle it, and sort of give you that guidance. So again, Aries, I know this was a little bit of a heavy reading, but it's for somebody out there. So if it did resonate, I hope that this helps you. And if you feel like leaving comments, you can share the video if you will, and also subscribe if you're new. I appreciate everyone's support, and I wish you guys well. Okay, I'll see you soon. Take care.